Welcome to Everyone's a Millionaire podcast. And let's jump in and rock and roll, man. It's really easy. So, number one, what was your biggest financial mistake or setback? And how did you recover from it, and what'd you learn from it?
Oh goodness,
that's a three-part question.
Probably biggest mistake financially. I've had a bad business partnership many years ago where, arguably maybe shouldn't have made the partnership in the first place, but where I don't think I handled my part of it very well. And I'm trying to think how specific to be, because I know we have a time crunch here, but I would say I don't think that I handle myself in the partnership well. I think if you're going to have a partner, and David, you got at least one business partner.
Several, absolutely.
So I think if you're going to have a partnership, what I learned from this is go into it with the right expectations. I think be clear about, do you even need a partner? Most people do not need business partners, and what they may think they need is a business partner. What they may actually need is a really good couple employees, or maybe a better business structure, maybe some better habits, some better personal habits in their life. And there's great books and seminars that people can do for that don't require giving up 50% equity in things. And by the way, I'm not saying that I regret necessarily everything about it. I think we've all been through things where you learn from it. Mm-hmm. And I'm glad things happen the way that they do. I'm a believer that everything happens for a reason, just that we may not always know what the reasons are. But how did I recover, I think, was one of the questions. So parting ways, and this particular business partner, we owned some assets and had accumulated some somewhat valuable assets. And so first was the process of parting ways, which, as we, when you have business partners and there's equity in things and ownership in things, and then there's other expectations that have come along with it. So getting attorneys involved and get the paperwork done to part ways. And then after that, it's a good opportunity. I don't know if you've ever been in this situation, David. It's a good opportunity to, to me, you immediately turn lemons into lemonade. I think that's part of our job. And so the lemons is what we're dealt. We got to turn that into lemonade. And so it was a good opportunity to stop and think, what do I want? What am I good at? What do I want to do? Where am I headed? And that's actually when I started wholesaling houses, which I'd never done before. I'd always flipped houses. I've always had rental properties. And that coming out of that ended up being, it didn't take 3 months, 6 months later, and we were buying and selling, 40, 60, 80, 100 houses a year, and really scaling up in a way that I otherwise, I don't think would have been able to.
Man, I love it. That's a great answer. So, choose your partners wisely, and you recovered. You're doing great. But it's definitely a setback and it's lessons. And that's why I always ask that question first, because I learned a lot from, just people in general, from some of their mistakes, more so than I learned from their successes. But obviously we can learn from both. So Alan, thank you very much for answering that. Cool. All right, moving on. Number 2, can you share some strategies or tactics that you use to increase income and wealth? Pretty straightforward.
Strategies or tactics.